so strange. I don't know. YouTube surveys. Live stream surveys. I think we can use that. 1 second. Make a copy. I'm always perfectly prepared as always. There's the copy. Let's open that up. Yes, that looks good. Submit your AI artwork. April 4th live stream. There we go. Meme builder. What the fuck? I don't need that. What's your name? Link to your work. Midjourney Stable Diffusion. What prompt did you use? Ah, okay. Yeah, we can leave that. 1 second. There we go. That should be good. Send. Copy link. Shorten link. There we have it. Copy. Yes, that should be good. Okay, let me find the chat so I can post that for you. 1 second. There we go. Submit your AI art. Boom. There's the link. And then I will add that to the top. As soon as this pops up, it has this kind of smiley here with the heart. Okay, now I pinned it to the top, so that should be good. Hi Jordi, how are you doing? Hi Blue, thanks for joining from Germany. Hi Jose, hi Ajas, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. Hi, not that Olivia. Hi, how are you doing? This time please do not do it boring like previous times. If you don't like the stream, you don't have to watch. If it's boring for you, just don't watch it. It's your choice, you know. I'm here to have a fun time. If you don't have a fun time, go somewhere else. That's the only thing I can tell you, because I'm not your monkey to jump around. Anyways, by the way, there's a cool tool from Figma we can look at. I actually want to make a video about that tomorrow. Holy shit, why is this zoomed in so far? Can I move that? Yeah, I can move that. Oh god. The only thing here is that this is kind of like, they had like 1 second. I will show you the screen if I find it. Wow, perfectly prepared. There we go. No, that's the wrong screen. Oh shit. I didn't mirror my computer. Fuck. Okay. Man, when will I ever learn to... Is it screen 2? I think it's screen 2. Duplicate in screen 2. I completely forgot that. There we go. Keep changes. I mean, there's nothing special on there that you shouldn't see, so... Well, let me check here real quick. Elgato camera. Does it get the right screen? Wow, I never forgot about that. That's really crazy. No signal. Okay, that's interesting. Fuck. That's already not good. How do I show only one? Keep. Display 3. That's stupid. Keep changes. There we go. Okay, now I have my screen. That's better. We can close this. Let me open this up again. And then we can switch over here. It's still the wrong screen. I don't know why. This is wrong. This is wrong. Stream 2 PCs. This is right. Okay, we finally found the right one. 1 second. Let me move this over here. Okay. We can leave it like that. There we go. I can see the chat. There we go. Any news about Sakana AI? Not really. How do I use this? I used it once. There's a link here, but this only is like... I don't think this opens it up. 1 second. It's a plugin, and the plugin turns a vector shape into... Let's make a new ground here. It's not the most intuitive UI. I don't know why they did it like that. Ah, here's the plugin. Okay, run. And this, I don't think it's AI, to be honest. I don't think it is, because it's just extruding a vector shape, which still is cool. I don't know, is there like maybe other applications that do that? But you can see like I can move the 3D shape. So that is pretty nice. And you have a lot of settings here you can use. You can extrude it, which will just like move it outwards basically, and you can inflate it, which is basically blowing it up so it looks like a bubble. And then you can adjust the thickness down here. You can see I can blow it up less or more depending on the shape. Sometimes it makes more sense to inflate it, like for example if you have this here, you can go here, convert from selected, and now this makes kind of more sense if it's like a balloon. And then you have more settings about these eyes and stuff because they look a little bit strange. By the way, I don't know how to like resize this window because this is kind of, there's always this kind of overlay here. That's kind of strange. And then you have down here, for example, let's see, roundness. No. Resolution, inflate. Light, you can adjust the light and the shadow, but there is something where you can, 1 second, metallic, that's for the surface. You can adjust the elements too. Ah yeah, you can have like clip where it's like pressed into it. None doesn't move these kind of elements in there, and then stack, it's just putting it on top. And you can also adjust the how far these are away. Where is that? Metallic, transmission, anisotropic, render. You have different render qualities in here if you want to. Exposure, denoise? No, that's all not it. Ah, inflate volume. Aha, okay, so this makes it flatter. Both single. Ah, so this is just from one side. That was also interesting. You can only inflate one side, or you can inflate both sides if you want to. And then make it like less thick, which gives you a nice smiley. So if you play around with it a little bit, you can get a nice smiley out of that has a 3D shape. Also mesh quality, and you can export this with the Pro version as a GLB. So that's, you can use it as a 3D object after that. Or if you want to, you can just export it as a PNG. Like I said, I don't think this is AI based because there is no reason for this to use AI. It's just extruding basically in different ways. So they just like wrote different ways to, like extrude just means like you have something like a square and then you just pull the square up and it becomes a cube. That's extruding basically, what you can do in Blender. But this is doing it for you from vector shapes. And you can do it with these vector shapes down here. You select them, or you can use your own vector shapes and you can create just like 3D shapes from that, which is very useful, basically. Especially if you don't have like 3D skills or any other skills and you find a nice icon online you want to use, but you need it in 3D to make it a little bit cooler, or like to integrate it in whatever you want to build. That's a good start. That's pretty cool. And I guess it could also be used for an input for AI to do some nice stuff with that, right? That could also be a possibility to use it like that, right? So that's nice. By the way, another thing, like I showed you yesterday, the Freepik page, I want to do more with them. First of all, because I like Freepik. It's a nice page for like stock images and stuff. It's like pretty affordable. They have a lot of different stuff on there. I'm not working with them yet, so this is just like me talking about what I did in the past by using them for my YouTube channel, basically. I have a lot of assets here, vector, photo, icons, videos. That's kind of new. And then also PSD files, which is pretty cool. If you have Photoshop and you have, like, for example, flame text, they have these pre-made text effects like this. Or let's just write text effect. And you can download that, and then you write your own text, and Photoshop is simply applying that as a text effect, which mostly works pretty well. If you have like effects in there like this with the gold, this kind of dust thing here, these are just textures, just like PNG stuff that you can move around. This is not, it looks good with this word. It might not look as good with the other words. So that's a little bit of the downside of these kind of things. But the upside is you can like actually write text and it looks good, and it's actually the text compared to what we can do right now with AI. So they have some nice features, and recently they started to add a lot of these kind of like AI features. And one thing they also have is sketch to image, which renders online. It's pretty nice. And you can input, and this is the cool thing, you can input a part of your screen, or you can input your camera. I can't input my camera right now because I'm using it for streaming, but technically you can just like put your webcam and show anything to the webcam. You can just hold something up, just hold up an object, and then it's going to render the object, right? But here you can like write your prompt, and then you can go to the software you have. Now we have to move this a little bit over so you can see both things at the same time. And now I can rotate this here. I have to set up ComfyUI in the same way. Wait, this is not on. 1 second, this is not using it. Window, this window, share. Yeah, now it's updating. It's still not, let me move this over a little bit more. There we go. So you can see the input, you can see the output. It's not amazing right now. I should know how to like put a skybox behind that or something like that, so we have an actual sky. But you can see if I move this, it's also moving over there. And that is really useful, especially because it's a website and you don't have to set up anything. You don't have to have a good GPU. My GPU doesn't even have the fan on right now because it's not using it to rendering it. It's using the website. So that is really useful for a lot of people who don't have the money to actually have a good GPU. And you can just like, whoops, sorry, that wasn't supposed to happen. You can just like play around with that and yeah, render your own scenes based on that, right? And this is like, you see low quality, and then it says reimagine your image so that you can then render that in a higher quality. Also very useful, also very cool, right? The only thing I would like to see here, I will tell them when we have a call, is I want to have a section of the screen, not a window, because I have all my tools in here. So it doesn't really like make much sense to have the whole window in here. You probably can change here the view to don't see any tools, but I want to use the tools at the same time. Otherwise, this live preview doesn't make sense, right? So it's, yeah, it would be better to say, hey, I want to capture this part of the screen and then have that. Of course, you can do that with OBS and send that as a virtual camera and use it that way. That's not a problem. But it's just like for people who don't have the knowledge about OBS and screen capturing and stuff like that, to make it easier, just set that up, right? There's a lot of things you can do to make things better or easier, right? But let's stop this here. You can also just, we can delete that. You can also just like draw in here, which is also nice. You can see like from these scenes here, you can just paint on that, which is also very useful. You have here like you can set the background color for the complete thing, which is also nice. So one thing they did very nicely here is to build a user interface that is very easy to use and not doesn't expect you to know a lot about how to use these software tools, right? And that, of course, makes it a lot easier, right? For the common user to play around with that. You can select things, you can move them around, so there's a lot of ability in here. You have stickers. I think you can even import images. I'm not quite sure about that. Ah, yeah, here, upload. You can upload a scene, and then you can like readjust the scene if you want to, right? So that's also very useful. Where's the chat, by the way? It's kind of overlaid here. So you can upload stuff, and then we can look at them together. So basically reviewing your art. Did you see that Automatic 11.11 version 1.9 RC notes are out? No, I didn't. I'm basically mostly using ComfyUI these days, to be honest. I was even told like Automatic 11.11 was kind of abandoned by the original developer because he went on to other things in his life. I'm not quite sure about that. You can add a sky by going to white clock icon, bottom left. A white clock icon. 1 second. Where's there a white clock icon? I mean, we don't have to find that out today. It's not that important. I just want to show you this kind of live thing you can do. Click on the ComfyUI is king. I think, let's talk about that for a minute, because so many people are like, oh, why you're using ComfyUI, this and that. Live talk, there we go. ComfyUI is king because you can build very complex things, very complex workflows, and that is actually what people need to have if they want to have automation. Because if you look at Automatic 11.11, it's pushing a button. It's not more. It's pushing a button. You install extensions. You don't know how they work. You adjust some sliders in the extensions, and then you push a button, and it poops out an image. That is Vlad Diffusion, Automatic 11.11, Invoke AI, all these kind of interfaces. And that is nice, but everybody can push a button. They don't really need you to push a button, so you don't really make money from that, right? But building a workflow and actually understanding what the AI does, why it does it, and then automate a very complex process. And this is what modern society is all about, is automation and building processes, right? If you can't do that, nobody can use you because you're still basically in the Stone Age. If you do it by hand, that's not good, you know? That's not something that can scale up. If you have an international company, you need to be able to scale up, not do it once, but do it 1 million times in a nice, reliable way. And you can't do that with Automatic 11.11, right? It's just not possible because it doesn't have the ability to build a complex workflow, right? So let's say, for example, you want to make an advertisement and you have a product. I don't know, take, what do I have here as a product on my table? We have hot sauce right here. We have hot sauce. Okay, so you take a photo of the hot sauce bottle. And then let's say you have a photo of the person, like the customer. They come to your store, they can make a photo of themselves. Okay, so I want to combine the image of the hot sauce bottle and the face of the customer, put that in a nice setting. I want to put the slogan and the logo, all of them together into that image, make that like the size of Instagram, which the size is probably not the problem. Maybe have the user like select from different styles and different filters and then upload it to somewhere. It's a complex process, right? And of course, the bottle has to have the right logo and the right text and everything on that, right? So you have like a lot of layers that have to be rendered individually and then rendered again and then combined and then adjusted with color and adjusted with the filter and then output. You can't do that with Automatic 11.11, but you can do that easily with ComfyUI because you can build all these kind of like processes, right? And doing something professionally is always something that is complex. This is why if you have game design software, 3D design software, music software, all of that is complex because you need complexity to have a certain repeatable result with a high quality. You can't do that by pressing one button. That is not how the world works. And it will never be how, no matter how good AI is, you will never be able to press one button and get exactly what you have in your mind, because the AI can't read your mind. Maybe if you have a brain chip, let's be honest, that's far in the future. And in between, in that whole process, what we need to do is to fill in all the gaps of what AI cannot do and what we want it to do. And this is mostly our brain imagination going into the image or going into the output. This is the control, and we don't have any other means to communicate other than doing it ourselves. This is kind of the limitation. We have very nice machines, but if we have an idea, we have no way to communicate the idea. So we have to build all that process. Yeah, I just can't do that. ComfyUI is a steep learning curve if you actually want to use it. I don't think it's a steep learning curve, because to be honest, most people will always do kind of like similar things and then just improve a little bit on that. And it's not that complex. You basically mostly use the same kind of building tools. You can compare it with playing with Lego. Of course, it's more complex than playing with Lego, yes. But the thing with Lego is, because it's not a ready built element, you get these bricks and then you think, hey, I can build a wall. Oh, I can build a house because I have walls. Oh, I can build a village because I have houses, stuff like that. So you come up with different ideas and you think, hey, wait a second, I have individual bricks. So I cannot just build a house, I can build a ruin of a house because I can leave out bricks. And then maybe you have another idea where you think, hey, I have other bricks that looks like flames and stuff, so I can use, certainly, like, over time you learn more things, and then you have like things that move and things with motors and stuff like that, and certainly you're building a complete like animated scene with Lego bricks, right? And this is what you do with when you have the freedom of using the tools. While if you compare that to having a machine that does the same stuff in the same way, like your coffee machine, you press a button, coffee comes out. You don't invent new coffee, because the machine is built in a certain way and it does things in a certain way. So it limits you in your freedom. It is easier to do, but it's not like, or maybe compare iPhoto, which has a little bit of photo adjustment, to actually Photoshop. And that's a huge difference. And most people who use iPhoto every day don't know about actually what photo editing is, because they have never seen it. They only know, like, I can make it a little bit bright, a little bit dark, a little bit sharper, a little bit more colorful, stuff like that. But all the fine things you can actually do, they can't do, and they don't even know they exist. And that's the problem. Like, convenience can hold you back. If you want to do it professionally, you won't have less convenience, but more productivity. On the other hand, if you're a consumer, you want to have more convenience. This is why, for example, my phone now, the Swift keyboard from Microsoft, has what is it called? DALL-E 3 built into it. So I can make cute little stickers and send them to my girlfriend with a heart shape. A cat is holding a sign that says, I love you, with a heart shape over the head. And boom, it can do that. Maybe I have to do 1 or 2 or 3 rolls and then it does it, right? That's convenient, but I don't need more at that moment. Just like I don't need more when I go to McDonald's, but I don't learn about food or cooking or healthy eating at McDonald's, right? It's convenient, but it doesn't help me in any way. Anyways, what did we do before? Oh, I wanted to look at if you have already submitted something. 1 second. Where do we have that? Do we have submissions yet? We have 1 response. Wow, that's not much. We have to send more stuff. Send more stuff. Link more images. Oh, Twitter link. Interesting. Okay. Ooh. Wow. Okay, that's quite yeah. Anyways. All right, let me see. What does the chat say? 1 second. Maybe in the future with prompts? No, you can't, because language is shit. Language is very, like, we always think like we are so smart as humans, but our human language is so extremely limited. it's ridiculous how little, like, of course it's also because of our brain capacity is limited. We can't know like 5 million different words for 5 million different objects, so we just make do with like very like simple objects, right? You say, hey, give me that coffee mug, and you know what a coffee mug is. You don't know how the specific coffee mug looks like, but at that moment it doesn't matter. But if, of course, you want to have a specific coffee mug that you imagine in your mind, whew, then the problem starts. How do you explain that? How? There's no words for that. This is why we have pictures, because there's no words, right? I think actually, sorry, this is like a more like a talking stream right now. I think when you have the moment right now where we have prompts and you realize you can't express with language what you actually want to express, what you have in your brain, it kind of tells you why people at the start of written language have been upset about written language, because they said it doesn't really give you the same result, because it lacks everything. It's only the words, because even spoken language is so much more. And then also the acting and the expression and stuff like that is so much more, and written language doesn't have any of that. So all of what you can do basically on a stage or by acting it out in front of a person is much more. And it gives you a better impression of what you have in your mind. And written language can't do that. And we see the limitations right now with the prompts. And this is why we need all these kind of tools with the image to image and 3D to image and stuff like that. All these kind of inputs and control net and IPA, because language is just very limited and not very useful in these kind of ways. Okay, anyways, let me show you the image that the first person has sent, and I hope we see more of that. There we go. Very well, what can I say? But it's nice, so that's good. It looks pretty nice. It looks like an airbrush image, which is pretty cool. Very nice ornamented armor, so that's pretty cool. It looks very much like Stable Diffusion. Yeah, right. Language is just not that good. Convenience grabs people, but it can also be limiting. Yes, totally. One of my problems with ComfyUI is that loading models takes way too long. Interesting. Actually, ComfyUI should be faster. And if you want to change models and the wait time kills, you can actually load multiple models by just putting it into the loader. Like, it depends on how much memory you have in your computer, of course. You can also store them in the RAM. There's a setting to store them in the RAM, I think, so they don't unload while you're switching, so they switch faster. Kind of hesitate to use Notes Base UI for the first time. It's not that difficult. Like I said, I have some videos on my channel that like they are tutorial on how to use it. Do we have another submission yet? Ah, we have 2 submissions. Very nice. Okay, cool. Wait, this is not the thing. There we go. The prompt. Let me move this over here. The second person didn't write a prompt. Civet AI. I should actually check these beforehand. So let's go to talk live here. Oh, I can actually see a preview. Oh, that's nice. That's a funny image. Let's go here. Ah, no, that's the wrong one. Okay, wait, I need to move the scene up here so I don't have the problem with the wrong screen. That's actually funny. Coca-Cola or Pepsi. Good choice. Oh, and we even have Neo in the reflection of the sun glasses. That's pretty cool. Very nice quality also from the skin. That looks very good. Very nice. The hands are also pretty good. Did you base that on a 3D image or did you just render that? You made a pick in ComfyUI. This one is in ComfyUI or the one before? Wait. The one before is ComfyUI. Yes. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I had like an open art. If you go to open art, it's a little bit hidden. Open art. Let me go there real quick. You have to go here to ComfyUI workflows. And then you have to go here to ComfyUI Academy. I have to talk to them if I should do more of these videos. I made 11. I didn't put all of them on my channel because they didn't really get that many views, which is like normal for a series of videos. But yeah, that's okay. They still got a lot of views, but not as much as I would have expected. So I didn't publish the other ones on my channel. Maybe I still do, because I don't do a video every day. So maybe I still do that. Yeah, and there's like step by step, you can go through them. They also include, wait, this doesn't, because there is no, the first one I just explained the UI, but they also include the workflows they have built for the course, you see? So you can follow me on what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and stuff like that, right? So I go and explain all these workflows here and what they do. And you can see with each of them, like this is latent upscaling, this is image-to-image painting in ComfyUI, magic image renderer, which is basically the kind of thing I did yesterday. With VD14, yeah, that's kind of the thing I did yesterday, but yesterday I included also the IPA adapter, right? Model switch rendering, which is also something I really like. And then we have live model merge, where you can use, this is also interesting. I think a lot of people don't know that you can load multiple models at the same time and then live merge them. So you set a ratio of saying, I want to have 30% of that model and 70% of that model. It doesn't create a merge, but it renders with both models at the same time. Pretty cool. It's kind of like a fake merge, so to speak. So you save on like having 5,000 models on your hard drive, because you do merge and merge and merge and merge to test out the abilities. You just set it up there. You can even merge more than 2 models. You can merge 3, 4, 5 models. Not sure if that makes sense, but you can try that, right? And you can do the same with LoRa's, by the way. You can merge multiple LoRa's. Okay. Do we have some more? We have some more. Very good. Instagram. Let me check that real quick, because there's no preview. So we don't have anything that shouldn't be on here. Oh, very nice. How do I get rid of this? Oh, there we go. 1 second. Okay, 1 second. There we go. Beautiful. I should maybe... Oh, I can't move that. That thing below for the donations, that is like an overlay of the complete screen. It's not just a box. I can't move it to the side, because it's the whole screen, basically. Although, wait a second. Is this... Well, I kind of can move it, but then, oh, this is made for the full screen. For the, oh, well, that wasn't intended. 1 second. Oh, this is locked. Oh, yeah, I can move it over a little bit. And then this should be good. So the effect, if someone makes a donation, should be in the center of the screen. Maybe. Okay. Oh, there's more. Look at that. Ooh, okay, very nice. And this is like, this is just, oh, painting. Okay, so you painted, no. Did you paint something? Your 4 terabyte SSD is full. I believe that, yes. Models can take so much place. This is why this kind of live merging is pretty useful, so you don't take up so much space. Did you paint the scene and then render it, or did you render it in a painting style? Like, is this with Krita, where you paint out the composition, or is it just like randomness, basically? It has pretty beautiful compositions, though. It's very nice color theme. Also, like the figure down here. Hi, Choa Carlos. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Templates. Yeah, templates helps. I still want to build some templates for my Patreon supporters. By the way, another thing we could like, I don't know if this is a good topic right now, but I'm not quite sure what to do with like the different tiers on my Patreon. I have to think about that. I should look on other creators of what they do. I thought maybe I do it where I have like longer videos is on a higher tier and the workflows is on a lower tier. So it's a little bit like people get an extra reward or stuff like that. I don't know. I have to figure that out. It should be kind of useful. Maybe do a live stream on Patreon or something like that once a week or something. But I don't know. I have to see. 512 gigabytes times 4. Wow, so much. How many? Why do I have so many models? By the way, do you like? I kind of like use mostly the same models over and over again. Like I find a model that works good, and then I just use that model most of the time, right? So yeah. Let's see if we have something more here. these kind of like art review streams are just one per person at the moment. It's kind of like strange we don't get two more submissions, but also I haven't done this in a long time, so that's kind of the reason probably. There we go. This looks good. This is allowed. No comments. Okay. Oh, I can actually heart them. I forgot about that. This looks very nice. Neko, cyborg, Neko cyborg. Why does it called Neko? Is Neko is that cat in Japanese or what's Neko? Let me check this real quick. Cat in Japanese. Oh, cat. Yeah, cat is Neko in Japanese. Okay, that was the big secret. that was easy enough to uncover. Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, Neko is cat in Japanese. Yeah. By the way, it's kind of interesting that most like a lot of languages have very like difficult ways to write, like Thai or Japanese or not really Russian, but like Chinese, things like that. But then the pronunciation is not that hard, and the language itself is also not that hard, which is kind of strange. Why is the writing so complex, and then the language not? It's kind of confusing. And then like German is the complete opposite, where the writing is easy, but the language is pretty hard to learn. Especially because we have so many things where even the speakers don't know why it's that way. It's just like you learn it from experience, and then like, yeah, okay, I just say that way. Hi, Wiggly Wolf. Hi, thanks for joining. There we go. Hey, I finally caught your stream. There we go. Hi, Fool's Joker. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Today you can actually submit stuff. Let's write a comment here also. Very cool. Ah, wait a second. We had a Twitter before. Let me show that again. What's that? Oh, that was that lady here. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna retweet that one because of the very yes. Anyways. Oh, nice. What is that? Oh, DeviantArt allows AI images? I didn't know that. Oh yeah, they do. Yes, I confuse it with ArtStation. Oh, yes, they even have their AI. Is it good? Did they improve that? I haven't checked that out. Get 10 weekly prompts for free. What does that mean? 10 weekly prompts. Do they mean like 10 weekly generations of images, which seems very low? Prompts? You get 10 prompts for free? What does it mean? Cat ear furry art. Anyways, need to complain about myself. Didn't get into ComfyUI, and after SDXL takes off and now stuck to old generation methods. You can always load. You can always learn like new methods, right? If you want to, we can do like a basic ComfyUI setup in this live stream because it's super basic what you do, right? Most of the time it's very easy, and then some things you have to like remember, but it's also not that hard, and you can make templates, you can save the workflows. Also in ComfyUI, every image has the complete workflow saved into that, so you never lose any progress unless you forget to actually save the image. If you only preview the image, of course it's lost. But if you save the image, the complete workflow with all of the settings is in there. So if you work and build and change the workflow and the settings and the words in the prompt and whatnot, it's all saved in there in each image. Of course, the only thing that's not saved in there is the input image or the input data that you're using. If you connect an image to that, that is not saved in there, right? It's only the nodes and the data inside of the nodes, right? But if you want to, we can look at some simple, like we can build a very simple basic workflow. So you can get started, right? If you save it as PNG, that's right, that's correct. You have to save it as a PNG. If you save it as a JPEG, it's not in there, which is kind of strange. I don't know why that is, because I think also JPEGs have that ability. But anyways, it's not. It's you have to save it as a PNG. That's right. Never worry about falling behind. By the time, what? By the time we go to bed, we are all behind on something. Yeah. Yes, that's true. Yes, yes, yes. It's moving very fast. And I think right now it's also moving in a way where, ooh, look at that, very nice. Lava creature for Olivio. Ooh, thank you very much. Give a heart. Look at that, wow, that's nice. I like the light from below, how he's standing on the lava and stuff. That is very nice. Pretty cool. Very good. And what do we have here? Ooh, what do we call that? Fire demon? Lava demon? How is that? Or is it like a lava zombie? Yeah, so many creatures. But it looks very cool. It looks very, very good. Right. I started to recently, like yesterday, I started to install Skyrim VR. And then, there's this, like, it's called Matt's Overhaul or something like that. And it says you need 390 gigabytes on your hard drive free. And I was like, really? That's the biggest game I've ever like installed on my drive. So I had to delete quite some stuff. And it took forever. It took half a day to install everything. And it kind of works. Kind of does what it should do. Not completely. It's okay though. I have to adjust something, but it looks pretty. It's like you actually stand in a surrounding like that, which also has nice quality, and everything is like your size, which also gives like an extra dimension to that. So that's pretty crazy to actually be at that place. Let me find the link from my live stream real quick. This one. Okay, let me retweet that with a quote. Wait, pretty cool. Whoops. AI art submission from my live stream. Join now. There we go. A little bit of self-advertisement also in there. Boom. Okay, you have been tweeted. Getting into Vitra Mate. Vitra Mate? What is that? Vitra Mate. Vitra Mate. It sounds like a healthy food or something like that. Let me go here. This is hopefully not something that is like loot. Not safe for work. Is it like a 3D? Ah! Okay, adults only. Okay, nope. Nope. Run! Everybody run fast. Oh, there we have. It's not safe for work. Okay. Let's not do that. Right. There we go. We have, oh god, what is his name? Hedgehog? Sonic the Hedgehog. There we go. Green Hills and Quills. I ever only finished a single Sonic the Hedgehog game, and that was the first one that came out for the Dreamcast, which I really liked. It was kind of open world 3D, little bit, not really open world. It had these kind of hubs, basically, a city where you run around and then you start different quests, but that was actually pretty cool, that Dreamcast version. I haven't played anything since, but as far as I know, they still do Sonic the Hedgehog games, right? By the way, I was thinking yesterday, where's my screen? Do you think like we are the first generation again that has does the same things and kind of has the same taste as the children that are around right now, right? Because like everything my generation does, and we are already like going close to retirement age, is the same thing people do today. I can go to a club where people go with 20 years old and they drink the same stuff, they listen to the same music, they smoke the same stuff, they have the same interests, they play the same games. There's basically no interest, right? There's basically no difference, right? They even like often they clothe themselves in the same way as I did when I was 18, right? Not that I go there, but when I walk past these clubs, because it's like at a certain age you feel ridiculous to go in there and everybody's so much younger than you. It's just like, ugh. Yeah. it's kind of strange, right? It's a point where we are back at the point, like I think as generations had before us, not for our parents, not for me, but before that, where they have been very similar to their children and even the children of their children. And I think right now we have the same thing where I can play Warzone and the 18-year-old guy can also play Warzone, and he listens to hip-hop and I listen to hip-hop, and he drinks White Russian and I drink White Russian and stuff like that. There is not like much change, you know? So that's kind of interesting. Anyways, let's go back to AI. Not that people get bored. Oh, we have Facebook. Wait. I have to check the link first. Oh, very nice. Really cool. Very cool. Let me see. There we have the good old Monkey King. I like the Monkey King. I always like the Monkey King stories. That looks pretty cool. From an Asian. By the way, have you noticed that Asians create more interesting AI images often? Like, because they use a lot more tech in there. I see much more complex images from Asian users often. Like when I was in Thailand, last year, I've seen like stuff that is so crazy advanced. I've never seen that here in the West, right? Because they use all kinds of things. They spend hours and hours on in-painting, stuff like that. They use composition. Often they are also like trained artists or designers or 3D artists, stuff like that, to use that to build products, stuff like that. Pretty interesting, very interesting, right? In the West, you often see like more like text to image, and then the classic thing like, I don't know, a waifu or a cat or I don't know, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. Anyways, Hanuman. Oh, I was thinking about the Chinese king, the trickster, the Monkey King. Hanuman also. Is this Hanuman? But Hanuman doesn't have a staff, right? I don't think that's Hanuman. Is it? Maybe I don't know. I thought that the Chinese Monkey King had a different name. What is his name? Wait. Isn't Hanuman from the Hindu? It's Wukong, yes. Sun Wukong. And then who is Hanuman? Hanuman? Murati? Yeah, that sounds very, yeah, that's from the Indian culture. Hanuman. Yeah, he looks very different. He looks very different. He doesn't have a staff either. He has this kind of like thing with the ball at the end. This thing here, 1 second. That's Hanuman, this kind of thing here with the stick and the ball and this thing here. But he doesn't have the long stick. There we go. Okay, let me find the next image from the community. We also should like close some stuff. It's getting a little bit crowded here. 1 second. And then we could do a little bit of an introduction into ComfyUI maybe. That might be interesting. Ooh. I'm gonna say she's 18. I don't know. Let's say she's 18. Maybe not sure. I'm not gonna retweet that though, because it's like she looks pretty young. But I mean, she's fully clothed, so you can see people outside on the street even walking with their parents wearing that. So it's not like it's showing something that's not legal in any way, you know? So it's just a little bit strange. But anyways, like from the quality, it's very nice as an AI image. Content, but yeah. Anyways, let's check the next image. let's not stick around too long for that. Add some wrinkles. Anyway, 2 different versions. What? Oh yes. Cool lifting a mountain. He's kind of cool lifting a mountain. What? I don't know what that means. Okay, let's go to the next image here. I didn't even say, I didn't say the names of the people who created the images so far. Let me check that real quick. So we had Blue Sonora, we had Chip, we had Obite, Melvis, Xavier, Datamine, Isaac, Dimsons, Scooty Zero, and then Semi-Cyclops right now. There we go. That's the images we had so far. Pony. Yo, stay away. Right. The whole topic is like very heated. I don't know, like I feel like at the moment everything is heated. Every little topic that can be a topic is super heated and over, you know, like overstretched on what it actually is. I don't know. It's we just like we worry too much. We should enjoy stuff more than worry about every little thing in life. This is pretty cool. It reminds me of, what is that film that everybody hated? Warships. Is it called Warships or something like that? That sci-fi movie? I think I watched it, but I kind of forgot what the story is. I think they just like, there's a ship and then they shoot at each other and that's the film. I don't think it has a lot of like, the pony is sus. What kind of pony? Pony? Are we looking at the same screen right now? What pony? Anyways, pretty cool ship. Very nice. Battlefield? Was it called Battlefield? With Rihanna? Battlefield? Let me check that. 1 second. Oh, this is the image again. Battlefield. No. Movie. Battle Los Angeles? Was it that? No. That is where they run through the buildings and shoot it. Ah, Battleship. Battleship. That's it. All right. Battleship. That's the name of the movie. Yes. That was like apparently very bad. I think I watched it. I'm not sure. It was Battleship based off the board game. Oh, yes. Based off the board game. Why do they even need an inspiration for that and then make a movie that has nothing to do with the game? It's not even advertising the game, right? Why wouldn't they just like, I mean, do it without the game? You know what I mean? Okay, let's go to the next one. Let me see. I have to switch here to preview what we are getting into. Oh, the good old, oh god, what is he called? Son Goku? There we go. With brown hair? Does he have brown hair if he goes like, I thought it like if he has like this kind of Super Saiyan thing, his hair is either like yellow or a flame or stuff like that. Maybe he hasn't gone Super Saiyan yet. Money laundering. There was a trend on making movies out of things, the board games. Yeah, but like Jumanji is that actually a board game? I don't even know. Is Jumanji an actually existing board game, like before the movie? I mean, it makes sense to have like a Ouija board movie. Although I heard like the Ouija board before wasn't even a horror thing. It was like just a party game. Or something like that. It's Ultra Instinct. What are we talking about right now? I feel like out of sync with my chat. Not sure what's going on right now. Okay, anyways. That looks pretty cool, very nice. It's interesting, like a lot of these, like the why does AI always have the affinity to do this kind of dirt in the face? Where's that coming from? That is one of the strange things. And I don't see a lot of people talking about that. Like everybody is mad about the hands. Not many people are mad about the dirt in the face. I mean, you can fix it afterwards, but it would be better to have a clean face, right? Anyways, let me check the next image. What time do we have? Oh, that's okay. 1 hour. That's good. Is that AI? RGB workflow. Okay, interesting. Did you do that with the Did you do that with my workflow that I uploaded on Patreon, where you can create these kind of glitch effects over photos? Is that what that is? No geometry based on a book. Movies, films. Ah, okay. Is but Shumanchi, the book is the same as the movie, right? It's not like there is a book about a game and then like, you know what I mean? Like the book is not a game book. Like there's these kind of like story puzzle books or something like that, and then they turned it into a movie. It was already that story, right? That's probably what you mean. Based on a book. You have it in the description. Oh, I do? 1 second. Oh, you generate 3 images, combine them in the RGB combiner. That is interesting. RGB combiner? Interesting. Do I have that installed here? 1 second. RGB? Mix? Ooh. Ah. Red channel? We can experiment with that. It sounds pretty interesting. Interesting. Very nice. Okay, cool. Wait, let me also share that. Copy. Quote. Awesome AI art from live stream. Combiner in ComfyUI. Join here. Okay, is this how you write combiner? Let me check here what you rate. Combine, yes. Okay, that looks good. Let me check again a second time. Combiner, yes, this appears to be what how you would write that. That's it. Oh, very nice, very nice. And you see, that's the thing, like you can do these kind of like build stuff. You have an idea and then you build stuff. And that's the stuff you can do with ComfyUI and you cannot do with anything else because you need nodes for that. Let me clear this real quick. I just want to like I just want to figure that out real quick. Let's make a case. Nope, that's the wrong one. Make a case sampler real quick. And then we have here the model load checkpoint. Let's use a 1.5 model so it's a little bit quicker. And we have here the text prompt and we have the negative prompt. And then we need to combine that. And then we are sending this out for a VAE decode. And then we're going like this. Okay, cool. And then I'm using all of that. 1 second. Doop, 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 doop. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna paste that once and twice. Gonna move one down here. Maybe a little bit more. 1 second. And then let me select these. Oh, doesn't matter. Okay, and then we go here for the combiner. Nope. RGB. Mix channels. Yes, that's it. Go like this. We have to open that up again. Go like this. Go like that. We can make a reroute here. So we don't need to have that. And then we go here, preview. And then we need to have an empty latent image. Let's go here with 768. Okay, go once. Go twice. And then 3 times. Should have done it at the beginning. And then actually, you know what? Ugly deformed. Let's connect these here real quick so we don't have to have all of these again and again. Put this down here. You see how quick that is? It's very easy. And now I don't know what we are going to do. Portrait of a woman. Portrait of a woman. Then we have a sci-fi city. And then we have, I don't know, planet in space. I don't know. Okay. Let's render this. Let's see what happens. So I can move this up here. See, it's super easy. Boom shakalaka. All right. Can actually delete that one. And there we have our image. Whoa. Interesting. Pretty cool. Yeah, very funky. Interesting. We could like do something different. We go here. Pexels.com glitch. Let's use this. Download into yes, live stream. That sounds good. And then we go here. And then we make here an image loader for this. Actually, I want to rotate that, but I think I can. 1 second. Resize image. Wait. Rotate image. Transpose rotating by 90 degrees. And then we want to resize that. 512 for the width. And then we have to encode that. Put that here. That's the wrong one. Put that down here. And take that as an input for here. And we call this glitch effect. And then we set this to 0.6. And then we're going to render this. Why is this on uniform? It doesn't matter anyways. Boom. And there we have the glitch effect, which is kind of like, we don't see too much of the woman because the other stuff is just too bright. Sci-fi city at night. Let's change this real quick. There we go. Oh, there we have a better image. Look at that. Okay, let me change this real quick. Cyborg woman. Black background. And you see how you can iterate here. Iterate means like you improve over time. A little bit here, a little bit there. And boom, look at that. Look at that. This is from, what's his name again? Neo Futuro. Follow him on on Twitter, sorry. Neo Futuro AI. He does pretty cool stuff. And this is basically how that works. There we go. And with the glitch, by the way, you can always like have here preview images. This is for like this kind of probing is what I call it, where you can like just sample what is happening with the image generation at that moment. So you see now I get a preview of the different things that I get as an output. Down here we have the glitch image, and down here you have the combination of all of that. So that is why ComfyUI is so much more powerful than any other interface that doesn't use nodes, because you can do stuff like that. Yeah, so that's how good that is, right? That's how useful that is. And then you can do even more stuff than that. This is just like the beginning stage. You can go way more complex than that if you want to, but that is a pretty cool result. It's very good idea also. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Neo Futuro. Is that the right name? Neo Futuro, yes. There we go. That is very cool, very nice. You can even, like, for example, you can set a vignette around that stuff. 1 second. Vignette filter, oval. I can put that, for example, on the city. And then we can render this again. Let me connect this also over here so you can see what's happening. Let's render this again. So you can see now we have this kind of like, oh, wait a second. This was not what I wanted to do. I have to connect this. Okay. And this has to go down here. This is this one, right? Yes. Okay. So now you see we have a vignette around the city, and this means it's not going to be that like strong in the image. And so we see more of the woman here, right? And if we want to, we can do the same thing down here again. Let me just copy that over. Put that here, put that in here, and then also put it up here. There we go. And so now we should have like the woman as the strongest part of the image, while the other parts, you see, this now also has a vignette, this has a vignette. And so now the woman is a lot stronger in the image than the rest is, right? So yeah. And then you can just like basically at this point you can automate it and like generate as many images as you want. Or you can have even more input, stuff like that, right? You can control the different elements and things like that. First of all, thanks for being such an amazing... thank you very much. I have a question. Will all of the development in the AI seen how do you and also you guys in the community keep track and maintain some kind of to-do list for trying out everything, such as new API items? I mean, you can like just follow people on Twitter, for example. There's a lot of newsletters out there. There's channels like Matt Wolfe who talk about AI, because there's a lot of more going on in AI than just image generation. Like there's sound and there is coding and there is a lot of other stuff that is happening that people are building. So yeah, you can follow different creators. You can follow different newsletters to just stay up to date. But on the other hand, you don't need to know everything that's happening out there at all times. Just like focus on the stuff that's interesting for you. And sometimes it's even better to actually understand the tools that are happening that you already have, rather than trying to again and again learn like the newest tools that don't even work that well yet and don't even have the full ability yet. Because, for example, one of my favorite tools is image-to-image generation. And with that, you can like really do a lot of really good stuff. And it's very basic. So really learning and making a skill out of the things you already have, and then look at the like iterations or the new improvements that happen in that kind of like small niche might actually give you more advantage than actually knowing the newest tools, right? Like I know, for example, people who are like specialized on model training and LoRa training, and they understand all of the settings in there, and they can like really do like amazing things with model training. I actually want to make a series about that on my channel. Yeah, so they focus on just one tool and they don't do other stuff. They don't generate much images themselves because they spend all their time like learning how to train the models. Okay, but you have seen right now how easy it is to build something with ComfyUI and how to have this kind of complexity. And there is no way you can do anything like that in Automatic 11.11, where you render 3 images and combine them afterwards and have even like effects in between. It just doesn't do that. It's not built for that, right? But this is where like the creative process happens, where you can do very interesting stuff with that. And this is even just like a basic thing here that I did, because it's just like 3 renderers and then combine it. There's so much more you can do with that, right? So learning this, it looks scary because of all these lines, but if you imagine there is no lines here and you just have these adjustments, it's the same thing as Automatic 11.11. It's a lot of sliders. The only difference is you can like connect the flow of these sliders, right? But if you stick everything together like you have it in Automatic 11.11 without the cables, it's basically the same thing, where you just have a ton of different settings on one page together. So if you look at it like this, that's the same thing as Automatic 11.11, right? There's no difference. The difference here is you have the freedom of doing whatever you want. And there's so many different like nodes and tools you can use, or you can even build your own nodes because this is an open system. If you have, I want to build my own nodes. I haven't come to that yet because I'm still learning how to do Python 3, which you technically don't need for that. But I want to learn it a little bit. For example, what I want to do is a text encoder where you just have like 3 different text fields, or like 2 or 3 or 4 different text fields instead of just one. So I just need one node to have all of the different texts in there that I need, rather than having all these nodes, because it can become a little bit complex to have all these boxes which you don't need, right? That's what I mean. Anyways, where's Combine RGB? Combine RGB is from the VAS node suite. And this is what you get when you go here to the manager. And then here you have batch nickname. Nickname is the name of the pack where it comes from. You can also have numbers, which is also useful. For example, here nickname and then ID number. This will give you a number for each node that you use. And this is useful when you use API, for example. You can address the node by the number, because of course they have, if you use this like 5 times, it all has the same name, but now it has a number. So I can say node 15, and then this adjustment, I want to change that, right? Through the API, if I want to automate that. Anyways, let me set that back because I don't need that in my everyday usage. There we go. Okay. Let's go back here to what you have submitted. Another Google Drive image, pretty cool. Oh, I like the composition. Very nice. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Wow. Okay. He has four arms, I guess. 4 arms and 3 legs, unless this is a tail down here. But he has 2 right arms, unless there's something sticking out of his backpack, which could also be. And then we have this kind of, is it a griffin? Is that a griffin? It's at least it's a flying lion with horns. So it might be a griffin. I don't know. And I need to drink something. I brought I brought back these big plastic cups from Thailand. You get that for ice, and they give you a new cup every time, but I didn't want to have that. So, I need to tell you something. This is a German thing. I think like most Germans can agree that we are stingy and we love to save money. It's just like, even if you don't have to and you can afford it, it's still like, it just feels so good if you can save a little bit of money, right? So what I like to do when I go to Thailand is they have 7-Eleven, and then they have this thing where like cold coffee comes out, which is already mixed and everything. You just like press it comes out. So what I do is like, I buy a small cup of coffee like this size, which is already like a lot of coffee, and then I fill this up with ice, and I buy 1 water, small plastic bottle of water. And so I have a full cup of ice, and I fill it half with the coffee and then half with the water, and then I fill the rest of the coffee into the water bottle. So I have 2 huge coffees that last me for the rest of the day and cost less than 1 coffee when you would buy it like freshly made on the counter. And it's like, I there's no necessity why I would do that. It's just like, it feels so good that you just saved like a couple of pennies or something. Yeah, and of course I also bring my own plastic cup to 7-Eleven, unless I forget about that. Iced coffee, yes, you have iced coffee for the rest of the day because you have so much ice it can't even melt in that time, and it's super cheap. Like for everything together, you pay maybe $1 or something like that, maybe $1.50 for coffee for the rest of the day. That is pretty good. And you get a beautiful cup you can actually keep. This is a sturdy cup, the stuff that we get on festivals for beer. And it's big, as you can see. It's really big. So that's just like a pastime pleasure of Germans, is to figure out these small ways to save money. Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's look on some other stuff. Wait, I need to actually check the next image. There we go. Let's see. Oh, the next image is not loading. I'm sorry, it's not loading. Nope. 404. Sorry, your link isn't working. I don't know why. Civet AI image. Ah, it might be. Maybe it's an adult image. And this is why I don't see it, because I have to filter on. It doesn't show it to me, so I don't have problems with the stream. That might be the reason. I'm not sure. This creates banners? It has a link there for a banner generator with a very strange image in it. I can show you the banner generator. This might be a workflow. Yeah, it is a workflow. So I have here like this kind of generator for the banner. And it does a banner. So yeah, initially the goal of the workflow was to address issues with images having unconventional ratios like 3:1, which often results in strange outputs such as duplicate elements, inconsistent. Comes adapter assistance. Okay, so he made a workflow for like these kind of strange ratios. That makes sense. That's pretty cool. Okay, good. So you can download that workflow and then play with that. I can't show you the image because it doesn't work. Data mining and leaks. What? What leaks? In Sweden, it's not called coffee unless a spoon can stand. Oh, the Swedes, they drink so much coffee, like strong coffee. Do you call it Swedes, or how do you call people from Sweden? The Swedish. Sorry, not Swedes. Swedish. Swedes. But do you say Swedish? The Swedish or the Swedes? I mean, you say the Germans, so there's an S at the end. The English, the French. Is it Swedes or Swedish? Because Swedish is kind of the language, right? What do you say in that case? Your son lives in Thailand. Oh, pretty cool. Very nice. Is he working there, or what is he doing there? Should we do some more like basic ComfyUI stuff, or unless like until new images come, I guess there's a pin on the top of the chat where you can submit images, and we're gonna look at that. By the way, let me save that workflow real quick. 1 second, let me save that. RGB merge. Would that be a YouTube video? I don't know. Of course, I'm linking you if I do that. It might be a cool like workflow for my Patreon supporters though. I could add some additional stuff maybe. We can see about that. Anyways, we can do some basic like ComfyUI stuff for people who are getting started. And unless it's Swedes. Oh, it's actually Swedes. In winter here, where we need to strong coffee. Oh. Why does winter need more strong coffee? Nice shirt. Thank you very much. This is famously my $3 Hawaii shirts from Thailand, which I absolutely love. Look at that. It has this nice like scene here with the palm trees and everything. I have a ton of them. Like now I have like at least 30 Hawaii shirts. If you ever go to Thailand, they have one from actual fabric, which is also nice. And they have these, which don't crumple, which is also very good. And you have to, like, how can I say? They have two kinds of, like, this kind of plastic this is made from. And one of that kind of plastic shrinks and the others don't shrink. I can't really explain what's the difference. I think these are a little bit bigger and wider and they don't shrink. And the other ones are a little bit smaller. They have, I think, a smaller collar up here and they shrink. And that's not, don't buy them. Buy these. That's pretty good. And you think at the beginning this is a bad idea, but then you see that Thai people actually also wear these shirts because they dry immediately because it's plastic. They don't wrinkle, you wash them. The only thing you have to look for is if you put them out of the dryer and they are still hot, you have to hang them up because if they get cold and they are wrinkled together, the heat, the wrinkling and the heat create this kind of wrinkled look. So if they hang, or if you just lay them down so they don't wrinkle, they just get cool without wrinkling. That's the only thing you have to look for, right? Yeah, but I go with an empty suitcase and then I come back with a ton of clothing because it's just a lot cheaper. Anyways, I think, to be honest, we get like really how will you say that? In the West, we get really like sucked dry, like really taken by the companies who buy that stuff in China for like a shirt for 50 cents and then they sell it for like 40 euros because it has a print on it that is costing absolutely nothing to do. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the crazy thing is, you go to a country like Thailand where you would think, well, they do have less income and it is a poorer country, but the life quality is a lot higher because everything is cheaper. You can afford nice food, you can afford a taxi, you can afford a nice like place to live. The clothing costs less. Of course, like the Western brands cost the same as in the West, but the Eastern, like the Asian stuff, costs as much as it costs them to produce it, right? And that makes a lot more sense. While here you have the huge upmark from the companies, but the quality is not necessarily better. It's the same stuff because both of the stuff is produced there, you know? So we are really getting taken advantage here by paying these huge like upmarks on the price and still having the same product from the same factory, just because it says any kind of brand name on there. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely crazy, right? Anyways, I want to show you how to use a little bit of like ComfyUI until people send some more submissions. So first of all, what you need, install ComfyUI, which installs itself. It's self-contained. It has its own Python in it. You only need to download it and click on the like install script and it runs on its own. It's super easy to install. The next thing you need is the ComfyUI manager, this here. I have a video, I think, about that on how to install a ComfyUI manager. And then in there, you can install from here all the nodes that are like supported by ComfyUI at the moment. There's also stuff that's not in here because it's so new, but this is stuff that is supported. You see there's like endless amounts of these kind of packs for any kind of thing. You also have up here a search function so you can search through them, and so you can build a ton of stuff. As soon as you've installed any of these node packs, when you double click here, you get a search and you can search for the nodes in there, which is my favorite way to use it, but at the same time it doesn't tell you where the node is coming from. Or you can right click and have this add node menu, but as you can see, it's really long and it's really like complex to use it. I don't usually use that, but yeah, this is how you can do it. And then you just like remember what it's called, like for example the K sampler, and boom, there's a K sampler, right? And then as you have seen, there's also a K sampler advanced, which has some more things you can set up here. You use that for other things, like here you can set, for example, the start and end step for the rendering. So that means if you render an image, it doesn't render the full amount of steps, it stops at a certain point. And you can use that, for example, to combine multiple latent images on top of each other and then rendering the result afterwards, which might not make sound if you hear it right now, but it's a thing. Have a lot of made illustrations in the last year to my company. Would like to create a model to generate AI images with the same style. How to make the model? There's a lot of videos online on how to do model training. I also work with people, so if you want to spend, to be honest, training a model, it costs a couple of $1,000s, but if you want to spend that, I have someone who is really good who can do that for you, if that's something you want to do. And because he's using the Stability AI model and then training it with your images, you can also use it commercially because there is no like bad data in it, basically, right? Because even Stability AI says you can do commercial stuff with their models, right? So apparently it's safe as far as we can trust them, right? So that should be okay. So he's training for companies. I can help you with that if you want to pay for that and if you want to do it on your own. There's a lot of videos online. I also have videos on my channel, but I haven't done one. I will do videos soon together with him to show you what do I want to say? To show you how the model training is done, right? And the different settings and stuff like that. Any news from Stability Fusion 3? I think it's a little bit out still, right? I've got a lot of catching up learning ComfyUI. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. So you have here the sampler, and as you can see, it has the same stuff as you have in ComfyUI. And then you have a latent image input, which is either an empty latent, which is just the size of the image, or an image input where you can do image-to-image rendering, which makes it much easier because you don't have to switch between tabs. So all of that is very easy. You have a positive and a negative prompt. And the interesting thing here is if you click and drag out, this is suggesting to you the nodes you might want to use. For example, clip text encode, that is for the prompt. Because, and this already is a learning opportunity for you, the clip text is the words that you use in your prompt. For example, if you do an image interrogation, you use clip, and clip looks at the image and then says, oh, I'm seeing this and that in the image. I see a woman, I see long hair, I see a park, I see sunshine. So it creates these words for you. And when you write a prompt, the opposite is happening. You write the words, and this is then going into the clip text. It's getting encoded into the clip thing, and that will then tell the noise how to basically arrange itself into the image you want to have. So this is the reverse of what you do from the image interrogation, right? So already you have learned a little bit about why and how AI works. And you do the same thing here with the negative prompt, and you can drag this out. It suggests to you an either an empty latent image or a VAE encode, also very easy. And then you drag this out for the model, and it suggests to you the checkpoint model loader. So you can use that, and you can simply select a model from here if you want to. Anything goes, like XL, 1.5, 2.1, doesn't matter. And here you have the names again, like how easy can it be? It says clip here, it says clip there. So what do you connect? The clip. And if you still don't know what to do with it, the VAE does not connect here. You see it's grayed out. I cannot put it in the wrong hole. That's what she said. Anyway, here you have to put it in the right hole. You don't have an option. So this is how that works, right? Very easy. It's color coded. It's word coded. It's like, how easy can it be, right? And then you simply connect these. This is the positive prompt. This is the negative prompt. You simply connect the lines. You connect the model here. And then the latent output again suggests to you VAE decode, because it's decoding from the latent space to the pixel space. So the decode, and this is what we want to do. VAE has to be connected over here, and then image. And here you have two choices, basically. You can either save the image or you can only preview it. Preview is good if it's in the middle of the workflow. You don't need that. Saving is good if it's the end result you want to keep, or any kind of result you want to keep, right? And then you simply write here, ugly, deformed, and then happy Neko. Let's make a Neko woman in a suit in a bar. Let's go like that. And we have to set this up here, 768. Let's see what it does. Should actually look good. Why did I do 2K samplers? What the fuck is this? What the hell? What just happened? Neko. Why does it look so bad? Let's change this here, but I don't think it has anything to do with that. In a suit. Whoops. Standing in a bar? Nope. Let's not do Neko. Huh? Okay, this is... Oh, I haven't connected the positive prompt. Sorry for that. I haven't connected a positive prompt. There we go. Yes. And now we can go back to Neko. Let's see if that works. No. I'm pretty beautiful. Wow. Holy crap. There we go. But we want to have like, wearing a long dress. Let's see. Oh, yes. Let's see what we get from this. There we go. That's much better. There we go. Look at that. Easy peasy. Huh? Positive is missing. Yeah, thank you for that. The best thing about ComfyUI is that you start to understand, yes, you start to understand how things are connected and how you can build with them. And you don't learn that inside of ComfyUI. You don't learn that inside of Automatic 1111. And here, if we do the same thing, let's do this again, 1 second, with the decode and then with the image here. Let's make this a preview. And then we go like this. And you can see I have here my 20 steps. Let's set this up the same way as we had before. Actually, we can leave, or no, let's do it like that. And then I set this here to 10 steps. So this is not the full amount of steps. When I render it now, oh God, I forgot this. Which is also good. Like you see, if you forget something, it tells you, it makes a circle around it. But like, it's really easy. It's really easy. And you connect this here. And so now, if I connect this, you see, this is only like partially rendered. It's not fully rendered. I can also go here and set this to like, let's say 5 steps. And you see, it's not finished. It's not a complete image yet. And now the reason why I would do that is I can use, for example, the character here and then have a second image. And then I combine both of these images and then render it afterwards. So the person is prepared already and the scene in the background is prepared already. And then I render both of them together so I get a better quality of both of them. Or you can do like crazy ratios because you render them side by side or stuff like that. There's a lot of possibilities you can do with that, right? All models have issues with hands. Kind of. There is negative embeddings that you can use for that. Like, for example, in here, I usually use bad hands. There you have it, bad hands 5. You can use that. And then this will give you a better result for the hands. So this should be, you see? Give me pretty nice hands. Wow. You see down here, looks pretty good. Very nice. Has 4 fingers. It's not upscaled, so it's not like super good, which you can also do like here. For example, if I drag out the latent, I get here latent upscale or latent upscale by, which I prefer, like this. And then what you can do here is, let me move this over here. I can use this, I Control C for copy, and then Control Shift V, shift. Control Shift V. And I have everything connected already. And then I simply connect this here and I connect this here. So I upscale this by 1.5 or even 2. I set this down here, the denoise value, to a lower value. Let's go with 0.35. That might work in this case. It is a little bit low, but it might work. And this will upscale the image. You see it's rendered once and then it's rendered a second time with the higher resolution. And this is why now we get a much better image with, okay, these hands are not so great, but this down here looks pretty good. That's a very nice hand. Very good. There we go. You see? And because this is 1.5, man, why is she so big? 1 second. Let's try this. It looks already better. Now it's latex. This is okay. This is better. Okay, so now we have kind of a normal chest size, a little bit better. You see, like the hands, very nice. It might be 1 finger too much here in the background, but overall, it's a pretty nice hand. This is what the negative embedding does. The negative embedding is basically trained on the things you don't want to have, and then you put it into the negative prompt, and this is why then you get a better result, right? So easy peasy. Yeah, Bad Hand 5 is a must embedding. And then you have other things like, for example, you have easy prompt or easy negative. Easy negative, you see like this. However, the downside here is a little bit of a warning here. What can happen here is that this will then turn it into a certain kind of look, into a certain kind of art style, if you use these embeddings, because they are also like trained on a certain look, right? So they can have a certain impact. But you can see like how you get a much better quality output if you use these kind of embeddings here. So that, like, look at the hand. That looks pretty good with the fingers. There's a little bit of an overlap here. That's okay. That's natural. The glass is not so good. But anyways, it's like oh, there's even a cat in the background. This is, well, still, it's pretty good. Let's say it like that. Okay, anyways. So let's delete this. So you can see it's a very simple workflow, very basic, with an upscaling in there, and you can do more stuff if you want to. So yeah, it's very easy to do. Not much complexity in there. Anyways, let's see if we got some new submissions. I don't even know what we looked at. Oh, there's another one just popped up. Let me check this real quick, what we have maybe seen or missed. Ooh, that's nice. 1 second. Ah, no, doesn't work. Okay, so we have here, I guess it's a black hole. Looks pretty cool. Very nice animation. Always doing 20 steps. Ah, yes, I mostly use 20 steps. I should add more, right? Like 30 would be good, that's true. Kind of also like, I'm also having issues with face detail right now. Person segmentation. Interesting. I don't know, like face detailer works pretty good for me, but I mostly only use it for faces. I don't use it for hands or person. Mostly just faces. So there might be, maybe you have the wrong model. I don't know. Or did they do an update maybe? It's always like a little bit like problem with updates. You always have to see if online, if people have problems with the update or not, and you might want to wait a little bit so there's a fix. This is the same one. I need access for one of the links from Kevin. Kevin, I need access to your link because I can't show it otherwise. Ew, cyberpunk. There we go. Cyberpunk. There we go. Okay. Very nice. Very good. By the way, if you're looking for how can I make money or get into the AI industry, hot tip here is look for what professional use of images is, especially on stock pages. Look what kind of content is on there, because you can't do that with the community trained models because they always like do the same kind of stuff. If you want to do something else, you have to have different models, you have to have different technologies, you have to have different workflows. So there's a huge opportunity there to get into the market or build your own business or stuff like that, right? So yeah, that's, but this is a pretty cool image. You might want to use, in this case, also like face detailer, upscaling, bring a little bit more detail to the face. But otherwise, pretty cool. Very nice. Very good. Okay, let's look at the next one. Sorry, I always have to preview them. You gave access. Okay, pretty cool. Let me check that out. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is a banner again. Is that from the banner thing? Wow, that looks very nice. There we go. Look at that. Very cool. Very nice, long ratio. Is this done with the thing that I just explained, where you do this kind of latent image merging, where you render parts of the image in different areas and then render the final image from like the final steps out of these pre-rendered latents? Is that what you do here? I get an error prompt, output fails, validation checkpoint loader simple. No idea. You have to like just go onto my Discord, for example, and check like ask. We have a special room there for ComfyUI and ask there. You can like make a screenshot of your error message and then people can help you, because otherwise it's just like, I don't know, it could be a lot of things, and I'm kind of like happy that my stuff works. So I'm not good with like the tech support part of the things, more like with the creative part of things. All right, but this is very nice. Looks really good. Very cool. Very nice output. And like I said, with the long composition and stuff, there's a little bit of errors in there, like with the foot here. Shows he has 2 feet here in the front, but then there's also 1 in the back. But other than that, yeah, it's very nice. Very good. Very good. Okay, let me check the next link. What is the time for the stream? 1:43. Hey, the time flew by today. That's pretty cool. That is very nice. Oh, very nice face. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at this. Very nice, very nice. Can we zoom in? Yeah, we can zoom in. Look at the nice details here. Very good, very good. Like that. Oh, very nice, very nice. Interesting. Ha 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 ha. Beautiful. Beautiful lips also. Very good. Okay. Nice quality. Nice composition. Nice light here from the side with the warm light. Pretty cool with the red and the orange light. Nice combination. Very good. Like that image. Composition adapter to guide the image composition. So this one has this character, this spot. Ah, interesting. Composition adapter. Interesting. Huh. All right. Let me find the next link to see what else we have. From Patrick is the next one. The last one was from Diluk Shan, and the one before that from Semi Cyclops. What does Patrick have for us? Patrick. Oh. Okay. that's kind of interesting. Oops, sorry. Kind of interesting and kind of strange. I feel like the elephant is smaller than the deer. The deer looks kind of gigantic. And the elephant has deer legs. This is I think a good example where you want to mask out areas in your image and then render them separately, or do in-painting afterwards, because you can see that the deer prompt word is spilling over into the legs of the elephant, which also has deer legs. So you want to render the deer first and then in-paint the elephant afterwards, right? You can do that also by painting onto the image. So you render the first image and then you paint like a rough outline of an elephant in there with gray, for example, maybe with a darker gray on top to give some ideas of the shape you want to have, and then do an image-to-image render so you get the elephant in the position in the area where you want to have with a specific elephant prompt, so it actually looks like an elephant and you don't get this kind of spillage between the different areas of the prompt, right? To his IP adapter node. Matteo added a composition to his IP adapter node. That's interesting. That's very cool. Yeah. And I think like that's, for me, this is kind of these kind of adapter things. That's kind of the future of where AI is going, because no matter what we do, we need a lot of human input and a lot of human assistance for the AI to actually create things we want. And that is independent of how good AI is getting in the future. Even if AI could do stuff on its own, we want to create our stuff, because like humans like human stuff and humans like human creativity and expression, right? So if you want to do something professionally, you want to have control over things. So how, independent on how good it would be on its own, you want to have some control over what it does specifically in the output, because that is your thing. This is what you are like, that is your style or your flavor or your twist on things that makes your brand, that gives value to it, that makes it special. This is why people come to you, because it has this thing, right? And that's where you like have to get the idea into the product. And yeah, this is where you have this kind of like, you have to have all these tools to control it, because the controlling thing, that's the difficult part of that. Doing things, but controlling it. Like you can think about it like for example, a speaker can make any kind of sound, and you can connect like a random tool, like a random sound generator to it, and it will create any kind of random sound for you. But as soon as you want to control the sound to give a specific melody or a specific sound that you want to create in a form of melody, it becomes super complex, and then suddenly you have synthesizers with like 1,000 knobs on them, right? And a software that has like tons and tons of different forms of input, because you want to have this kind of specific thing, not kind of like it, a little bit like it, but actually this kind of very specific, and then you can create a hit, right? Because even if you have the full recipe to create something, doesn't mean you create a hit song. If it was that easy, every company would always just output hit songs, but they don't, even if they have all of the understanding. Just look at the Marvel movies. Most of them are boring. Even if they have the best people in the business and they completely understand how to make a good film, they can't make a good film that people actually want to see. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. What do we have some more? Let me see if we have some more stuff here. Oh, we have some more links. Neo Futuro sent another link. Pretty cool, from Instagram this time. Oh, wow. You do some pretty nice stuff. I like it when it looks different than the usual stuff that is created with AI. Look at that. That's pretty useful. That's pretty beautiful. Glass sculpture. There we go. Glass sculpture. Very nice. Wow. Huh. Crazy. Wow. Very interesting. I think also that the AI will inspire in the future a lot of artists to try things they have never tried before, because they never thought about doing it beforehand. And one of the most difficult things in art is to find the way you want to do it, right? You have to find the style. You have to find out the way. Basically, art is a puzzle to a task. You say, I want to express this kind of thing. And you not only have to find the form of how you want to express it, but also how to create that form. This is why, for example, it is a lot easier if you draw from a drawing. If you take a drawing and then draw basically a copy of that drawing on a paper next to the drawing, you can make it look pretty good. But if you draw from a person or a scene that you see, it's much harder. It will look a lot worse if you're not like a trained sketch artist, because you don't know how to set the lines and how to like sketch it out, right? But if you have the solution, it's a lot easier. So AI can show you something and say, hey, this could be cool. And then someone can say, hey, that's actually cool. Okay, I'm gonna convert this into a 3D model, and then I'm gonna print this, and then I'm gonna make a resin, like, you know, what is it called in English? You make a form, and then you like make a resin cast. I don't know what the word is. You know what I mean? With the different colors in their stuff, and boom, you have that, right? Because it already shows you the solution and how it is supposed to be created. So there's a lot of inspiration potential in AI. Let me check out the next link. Oh, again? Okay, 1 second. Do we have something else that we haven't seen yet, maybe? Ooh. There we go. This is like a Victoria's Secret ad. Kind of. Look at that. Sexy angel. There we go. Wow. Okay, with the small mix of angel and dove here on the side. This looks a little bit more like a dove, and this looks a little bit more like an angel. Pretty cool. Very nice. Okay. A cast, a mold. Yeah, but how? If you pour the resin into the mold, what is that called? The process of like creating stuff from the mold? Casting? Is it called casting? I don't know what it's called. To create I don't know what it's called. Anyways, and here we have the other cyberpunk girl again. I don't know, like you have, is this done with a website, like an online model? Because for some reason it kind of looks like strange. You maybe want to use some negative embeddings, or like at least like face detailer or something like that, or a detailer in Affinity Photo. This might also be like an older model because the details look kind of strange on there. Or maybe that's what you want to do. I don't know. A cast. Oh, it's a cast iron. Ah. ComfyUI. Face detail is kind of easy. The only different thing, the only difficult thing about face detailer is you need a node that's called the ultralistic something something. I can't remember it either. So what you do is you click here, you add the face detailer. Of course, you need to install that pack. And then it's called Impact Pack. And here for the B-box detector, you need something called ultralistic. That is so stupid. Ultralytics detector provider. And you have a model in there, B-box face YOLO version 8. You connect that here, and then the SAM loader, you drag that out, and it suggests to you the SAM loader. And there you need this kind of like, for example, that model SAM VIT B01 blah blah blah, and that's it. And then you just you connect. You don't need these things with the segmentation detector and detailer hook. You don't need that. And you just connect here the image and the model and blah, everything you have over here. And of course, as the image, you input the image you generated last that you want to improve with the face detailer. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then you have here the image output, and that's it. And you can, if you want to like do more with it, there's a mask output here if you need that, or you can have only the face cropped and stuff like that. And here you have the settings. You don't need to touch the settings. They are good to go as they are, but if you want, you can adjust them. So yeah. Can I submit another? Yes, go for it. Like it's just like I'm streaming a couple of minutes more, so if you do it right now, I can look at it. Also, I'm using combined RGB. That's why it's like that. I sent you an image. Why? What? Why do you use combined RGB for that image? It doesn't look like there is anything combined in there. It rather looks like there's a hue shift going on. You do have hue shift in as a node. You can do that if you want to. Why would you RGB combine that? Or maybe you do something where like you use I can imagine that you render the image once, you split it up into the 3 RGB channels, and then you mask out different areas and recombine only different parts of the image. And this is why the skin and such looks kind of strange. But still, even if you use the RGB combiner, why would the face details and other details on the character look so strange? Even if you split up the RGB channels, you can render it in a high detail with a face detailer first and then split it up afterwards. So you can have a detailed face before you do the RGB splitting or combining. I've done hue shift for one of the channels with RGB mix. Right. There's also an image adjustment node if you want to use that. This here. Is it this? I think it's this. Image filter adjustment. It's from the VAS node suite. And there you have brightness, contrast, saturation, sharpness, blur. Oh, there's no hue shift in here. Okay, I was wrong about that. There's another one. There might be a image rotate hue. Ah, hue shift. There we go. Also from the VAS node. You can let me preview this here. Preview. Let's move this over here. And let's delete that so we don't get an error message. We can delete that too. Let me see. Let's go like this. I don't even know how strong the value here is. Let's see. There we go. And there you have a hue shift. Where you can, I guess you can like, is there an RGB splitter in here? Mix sparse? What is sparse? I haven't used that yet, but I kind of think like if there is RGB merge, there has to be RGB split, right? Sometimes the naming is kind of strange. Image apply channel, image extract channel. Ah, there we go. There we go. Let me see. Actually, let's do this real quick. 1 second. Gonna put this up here, and then we're gonna copy this 2 more times. Gonna put that in here, and then we're gonna go with this. Oh, this is a data channel. Huh? I tried to find RGB split, could not find it. This creates a data channel. I don't even know what to do with that. I guess this creates a mask channel. Mask to image. Let me see what this does. 1 second. Ah, well, it makes sense because the channels are actually black and white. Even today, the color channels are not colored. They are black and white channels, basically. But does it mean I have to recolor them so I'm able to use, because I can't like just, there has to be an easier way to do this. Because now you could combine it with red if you want to, but why doesn't this just like output a channel out? What is this? No, this is something different. 1 second. Layer, channel shake, image channel split. That looks good. That sounds good. Take the image. What is the output here? 4 channels. This might be RGB and alpha. RGBA. Yeah, that makes sense. RGBA. So this should be the red channel. Let's hope it's red. No, it's not red. It's also black and white. Wait, but we can still like combine. Where did I find that before? Mix. There we go. Let me see if this creates the final image again or not. Oh, it does. Okay, so we don't have to recolor it. Filter adjustment. Let's try this. And then make it like darker, for example. There we go. Look at that. Ha! Easy. Easy. Okay, so 1 second. Let's put this over here so I can actually see it. Okay, so what we're doing is we are splitting up the image into the 3 different channels. We don't use the alpha channel. And then I have here an adjustment for the brightness of our black and white channel for red, because all of these channels are actually black and white, they don't have color. And then when you recombine it, because now the brightness is different of the red channel, it has basically a hue shift of that channel. And so you can basically adjust the different channels in different ways if you want to get this kind of output. And you can also do that with a mask, basically, which I don't know how to do that right now, but you can do that. You can also like probably like wait a second, edge, canny edge detection, or wait a second, let's do a preprocessor. Control net preprocessor, and we go here with canny. And now if I put this in here, we should have like a line art version of that red channel, so that this should be like just lines. Oops, okay, that didn't work. Why didn't it work? That's kind of strange. Preview. So why does this not work if I put it here? Or maybe, it creates a different size because we upscale it. 1 second, we upscale it, 1024. Nope. The hell? Oh, let's go here 2 times. It's the wrong size. That's what it is. Now it should work. Yeah, there we go. You can see now we that is a kind of funny effect. It doesn't really do anything nice, but you can see now we have these red lines here, and the rest of it is kind of missing it. Maybe put that into something else, like how about scribble? There we go. So this should now output a scribble map of that, you see? Oh, interesting. Okay. And so we get this kind of strange effect here. Yeah, you can do a lot of like crazy things. I thought scribble makes a sketch. Tile non scribble hat pit save. Scribble hat, let's go like that. There we go. That's pretty cool. Kind of nice. It's interesting. Unexpected. And not unexpected, but like cool. Nice. Interesting. And we can do the other thing, like let's for example copy this, and then we go with the other channel here for green, and let's say green we turn into depth. Where do we have that? Depth. There we have depth. Gonna create a depth map for that. That's gonna be interesting. This is also processing. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty strange, but you get the you get what it does. Interesting. I wonder if we could combine more channels. Combine into bench. There's an image combiner, but I always forget what it's called. Layer. Well, let's go out here a little bit so I can read that easier. 1 second. Let me find that real quick. Clip. Noise. Image blend. channel merge? No, that's something different. Is it blend? But there's no add mode here. Difference. We could try difference though. Let's see. Let's take this here and take this here, and then give me a preview of that. And then we will also put that in here. So this should combine the depth map with the normal channel for, I think it's green. So, we have a size problem. 1 second, give me 1 second here, just to figure this out with the size. This is going in here. And this is, where's this coming from? One is coming from here. Depth 1024, and this is combining, and this is coming from up here. It should be the same size. Why is it not the same size? A theme for submission? No, no theme, no theme. Yeah, it's a size issue, but why? Let's bypass this, or let's connect this here directly. Oh, this is giving me the same error. 1 second, I need to disconnect that. Let me figure it out real quick here. So here we have the depth map. Get image size. Simple string. Nope. Oh, come on. I don't know how to do that right now. They seem, but they should be the same size. I don't understand why I can't mix them. They should be exactly the same size. Because this, if this works, why wouldn't this work? Do it the other way around, maybe? I don't think this has anything to do with that. Huh. Does not match. I don't understand. I don't know why they don't match. It could be 1024. It could be that the depth map creates an image that is not exactly the same size. The hell? Ah. Okay, and now let's see if this still works. The result is pretty cool though. Look at that. Pretty interesting. Huh. Where's our result now? Oh, here. Well, that wasn't... That's not as cool as I thought it would be. Huh, interesting. So this is a mix of the actual channel and the depth map behind that. And it gives this kind of output here with a difference of 0.5. We can actually... let's maybe bypass this thing here for the processor here, so we don't get these lines. Interesting. Wait, we can actually delete some stuff here. It's a little bit too much right now. This is going in there. Okay. This is the control net up here for depth. And where's the combiner? Oh, the combiner is here. So maybe let's switch. Oh no, we can't. Wait. Let's put this up here. Do we? Then we put this here. Then we put this here. And then we put this here. So now it should be a different channel that we are using. Reverse image 1 and image 2. Ah, yes. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing right now. There we go. That's better. We have a little bit more detail in there. So that's pretty cool. And then you could probably also like merge both of them, or like have a mask or something like that. Or just like select a character and then combine them afterwards. They have like this kind of ghostly figure or something like that. Yeah, so you can do some cool stuff with that. Interesting. Looks a little bit complex, a little bit of like brain gymnastics, especially the size thing here is strange. But one thing that's also like interesting to learn from here is that AI image generation doesn't always exactly create the same image size. It says here 1024 by 512. Sorry, that's not actually it. But it doesn't always create the exact specific pixel size or the exact specific ratio. It's just like getting kind of close to it. So sometimes you get not the exact size you want to have. out of this here, the depth map processor, or the renderer. So this is why I resize it here. And one thing that I don't like too much about ComfyUI is you have to have a node for every time you want to do it. It would be nice if they had some kind of like batch thing where the images come in from different sources, they batch up, and then they render out, and then they go to the different sources afterward. Not sure how you would build that, like coding-wise, so you only have one node for all of the things you want to resize, but you know what I mean. Anyway, what does resize node does? What the resize node does, it resizes the image. The image comes in here, you set a width and a height, and then you select if it should use the width or the height. This is why I'm not using this right now. I'm also only using this value here. Average color, I'm not sure what this does, and then you have a fill color. It's probably if you have an empty latent or whatever, you can like set a fill color in here if you want to have that. Oh, you can have an average image. Really? Can do an average image? 1 second, I have to try this real quick. Let me preview this real quick here. Ah, sorry, that's the wrong one. It does an average? That would be really useful. Oh. Oh, it does. It does an average image. So average means it's the average color of all the colors in here. This is the average of that. And what you can use this for is if you, for example, have the character rendered separately, you can use this here that is rendered from the background only as the average color, and then you soft blend it with only the character so that it has the ambient light of the surrounding scene, right? And then you can recombine that. We can do that in another stream though. That is too long for now because we're already over 2 hours. Okay, let me check the links real quick from your submissions. Holy crap, people have submitted quite some stuff in the meantime. Do I close anything important here if I close all of that? 1 second. No. Oh, wow. That is like, that is pretty cool. Look at that. That is like, I feel like it's kind of like a mix of modern minimalism with Skyrim medieval fantasy architecture, right? It has kind of both of them, these kind of arches and different like columns and stuff like that, medieval style. But then architecture-wise, it has the minimalists like glass and concrete and steel kind of look, a little bit of wood up there. Typical like modern minimalist architecture. Does the stream have a low quality at FHD? What is FHD? You mean full HD? It's just streaming in 1080p. It's not streaming in 4K. I like the symmetry. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Very nice. Interesting, very nice architecture. Really like that. Pretty cool. Let's give a heart here. Feels like a house in a dream. Yeah, kind of does, right? It kind of does. Yeah. You know what? One thing I always liked about gaming architecture is that you have like hallways or stairs or rooms that don't have any purpose. They are just there. You can run into the room and it leads nowhere. And to be honest, I kind of miss that in actual real architecture, that we have like elements that are just there, but they don't make sense. And it's not like, it would be kind of strange to build something that doesn't have a sense, like a staircase that leads nowhere. But at the same time, it's kind of like, how can I say? It would be like an expression, you know, where you have this kind of expression of not everything has to have a purpose all the time in life. We can have things that are just there without having a purpose on their own, you know. And it's kind of like, it would be maybe strange to build it for that reason, but at the same time, I feel like it might like loosen up and give more space in culture and in everyday life if you have things that exist without a purpose. Because everything that surrounds us in a city, in your everyday life, is filled with purpose. There's no single thing where you could point at it and say someone has built that for no reason whatsoever. It just exists, right? Even if you have a sculpture, it's there to like educate you or remind you of something, like a memorial, stuff like that. There isn't really anything we can say, hey, this thing, no purpose. It's just there, you know? That might be interesting. Anyways, let's look for the next link. What is the next one? Oh, well, simple, but oh, sorry. Nope. Half full or half empty. So yeah, there was a club called the Labyrinth. It used to go, everyone still remembers the stairs that go to nowhere 35 years later. That's interesting. Krita and ComfyUI, but nowadays that make pay remote. Really? They pay for, you have to pay for remote? I don't know. I haven't tried it like that. I only use the built-in ComfyUI. But can't you load workflows in the built-in ComfyUI? I haven't actually tried that, to be honest. I don't feel like it's the worst thing to pay for some stuff to use it. Because still people have to build it, and if you do it like full-time as a job, there is like a reason to build for, to pay for that kind of thing. But that's not what you're asking, right? So I don't know. Pretty cool, nice idea. I kind of wonder how that is done. If it's just like a lucky result from a prompt, or if you like actually masked it out and then you render two images or two like separate masked areas, one an empty class, one a full class, with like mask segmentation or things like that. We love you. Thank you very much. That's so nice. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Let's see what else we have here. What's the next link? The last one was from Mountareat, and the one before was from Morris, and this one is from John. Oh, Pirate. There we go. This is how I look in my retirement age. Without the long hair, but the long beard, pirate cap. That's the way. Would be nice, right? Maybe retiring in Thailand on the beach, making a bar or something like that. Having enough money so you don't have to care about if you have customers or not. So you just hang around with your drink at the beach and then just like have nice talks with people who come by. That would be nice, right? Just hanging out. Maybe a hammock or something. And you have enough place, not for too many people. You know, it's like just like a small small bar or something. Not even a bar, you know, like just a nice place. That would be nice. Yeah. I don't know. Do you in your life, can I show that? I think I can show that. Well, maybe I don't show that because the clothing is the same color as the skin, so YouTube might think that it's a nude person just from the algorithm. There's another one with a no access from PK. Give me access. I'm gonna write hi, and then you can give me access. I'm not gonna show the other one because it has too much. It too much looks like a nude person to the algorithm. There we go. Let's go for proxy. Oh, there we go. Kind of classic, but still nice. There we go. We have a skull. What did I ask the question? I think I asked the question. Do you long for more or less purpose in your life? Right? I say just want to exist without a purpose, without any kind of like goal I want to reach or thing I want to do, just like be. Or you want to have more purpose, where you search for something you need to do or you want to have in life or something like that. Do you feel more fulfilled in life if you have a purpose or you have no purpose? Basically, another way to phrase that question. Uh, I feel like having no specific purpose or goal, maybe having a purpose but no goal, is kind of nice because you can be in that kind of bubble of idealism, you know, where you just dream up solutions but you never have to build them. You know what I mean? Like a philosopher, you just sit around, you just like you like or like a child, this kind of mix between being a child and being a philosopher. So you think about the world and you like think about different kind of things that could be, but you're not the person who builds the solutions, you just like think about the ideas, right? um you I just do not force finding a purpose. Interesting. Okay. Define purpose. Well, I don't know, you have to define the purpose. I can't define the purpose for you. Some people have, like, I don't know, some people like to be a cook. I would not like to be a cook. I can't imagine how people make it happen that they do, like, they go in a restaurant and they cook every day with passion, often the same stuff, like for years and years. You do like steaks and you go with passion and fun and happiness into your job and you make steaks every day. I would go crazy, I think, if I do that. I don't know. Some people like that, and it's really cool because we need people who are really good at making steaks. I just don't want to be that person. I kind of want to do different things every day, you know, because I'm getting bored pretty easily. So this is interesting. So we have a 20-year-old sketch, and then ComfyUI Endless Reality version 8, turning that into an actual artwork. Interesting. I think you could go even stronger with the denoise when you use something like ControlNet to keep the shapes. Maybe ControlNet for line art or for scribble or something like that. And then set the denoise higher so you can go further away. So for example, it fills in the background and things like that. So you get actually the full monster and not just like the head and then the rest is not there. On the other hand, it might be that this is what you wanted to create. But it looks like on the sketch you have a demon with like wings and there is some stuff happening in the background. I'm not quite sure if these are spiders or flies or whatever that is. It's denoise 1? How is it denoise 1 and you get this kind of result? Maybe you set the IP adapter or the ControlNet as too strong from the value. I'm not quite sure. But if this is denoise 1, that's pretty strange. It should be a completely different image. It's text to image, not image to image. No, that can't be. And maybe it's text to image and then you use ControlNet, because there has to be some way this is sticking so close to your sketch. So probably you're using ControlNet line art. So yeah, line art ControlNet will generate more colorful results. There you go. So you can try that. That should be not too difficult to do. Tiled ControlNet? Okay, anyways. Let's look at the other results here because the stream is getting too long. So this is the last one for today. Oh, okay. Wow. That's a lot of detail. So we have an old lady. Nope, wrong one again. No, wrong one again. I'm an idiot. Okay, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Very nice. Beautiful detail. You can click on that to like make it bigger. Look at that. Nice high resolution with the nice skin details here. Different areas of the skin. Very good. I like here, like it's interesting that AI has much easier time to render wrinkles and the skin of wrinkles in the correct way rather than normal skin. Because one thing that's interesting about the skin in your face is the different areas of your face have different kinds of skin on them. Some is thicker, some is thinner, some is more like it wrinkles easier and others doesn't wrinkle at all, you know. So there's just like different qualities of skin on the different parts of your face, you know. And they have also different pore sizes and stuff like that. So it's interesting to see that with wrinkles it works better with AI, and with normal skin, because of course these kind of like pores are harder to see, it doesn't work as well, you know. I kind of think also as a solution for the future, we need AI that is able that we train different parts of the image in different images, you know? So you would split up the face into high resolution images of just the eye, just the nose, just the lip, just the forehead, stuff like that, that is cropped out of the original face, so it can train these details in high resolution, high detail, and understand more about the qualities of these areas rather than training the complete face, because it's just missing too much information because it can't render with like super high resolution images, you know. Anyways, have given me permission. Okay, so let's check this out as the last one. I think it was this one. Nope, it was not this one. Yeah, here from PK. Very cute. There we go. We have a cute image for the last image for today. Very nice, cute little dragon on some crystals. Very cool. Nice. Nice art style. Okay, so that's the last image for today. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I didn't do too much myself this time, other than showing you how ComfyUI works, but it was really cool to see your art. Let's see what we do next time in the stream. I still want to set up this kind of live input with the rendering it with the AI myself, probably in ComfyUI. I will see how I will do that, and then we can do this kind of like arrangements and scenes inside of Blender and have the live output. That would be pretty amazing. Hopefully I get that done until next week. All right. There we go, my friends. Thank you very much for watching and for being in the chat and for submitting your art. It was really beautiful. And then, yeah, see you in my tutorials on the channel. Maybe also on Patreon, maybe also on Discord. It would be really cool if you support me on Patreon. That really helps. Yeah. And then otherwise, we see each other in the next live stream. Bye.